Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kids Corner. This is Reverend Terry, and I'm so happy you're here today. Today, we are going to hear the story of Samuel, and this story of Samuel spans his entire life. So let's all take a deep breath and get ready to hear the story of Samuel. When the people of God came into the promised land, they carried the ark into the mountains to a place called Shiloh. They put the tent up for God, and the ark stayed there. The people of God settled into the hills around the ark. Two of the people, Hannah and Elkanah, lived in Ramah, not far from where the ark was kept. Each year, they came to Shiloh to pray. Hannah wanted to be a mother so much, but she had no children. One year, she prayed so deeply in front of God's tent that one of the priests, named Eli, worried about her. He went to see if he could help her in some way. She told him that she was asking God to help her have a baby, and Eli prayed with her. Hannah and Elkanah had a baby, and they named him Samuel, which means someone given by God. When Samuel was old enough, Hannah brought Samuel to Shiloh to live with Eli and learn how to care for the ark. But every year, Hannah came to see him and brought Samuel a new coat to wear. One night, when Samuel was asleep on his mat in the tent, God called, "Samuel, Samuel." Samuel thought it must be Eli calling, so he went to him. But Eli did not call him, and he told Samuel to go lie down. This happened 3 times until Eli realized that God must be calling Samuel. He told Samuel to go back and lie down, but this time he said, "If you hear the voice again, say, 'Speak, God, for your servant hears.'" God called him again, but this time Samuel did as Eli told him. God told Samuel that Eli's own sons and the people of God would lose the ark in a battle, and Eli would fall down and die when he heard the news. In the morning, Samuel told Eli what God had told him. It came true. The people of God lost the ark, and Eli died. Since the ark and the priests were gone, Samuel went back to live with his mother and father. But God stayed close to Samuel, and he became the leader of all the people, called a judge. He was also a true prophet. When Samuel was full of years, the people came to him and asked for a king. They wanted to be like the other nations. Samuel wasn't really sure what to do, so he prayed to God, and God told him to go and find a king. Samuel began to look for the right person to be king. He knew at once that Saul was the right one. He anointed Saul king by pouring oil over his head and giving thanks to God. Saul led the armies of Israel, and he was their king, but the Spirit of the Lord eventually left Saul. One day, God told Samuel to anoint a new king. Samuel went to the house of the family of Jesse in Bethlehem. There he found David, Jesse's youngest son, and anointed him to be the new king when Saul died. When all of Samuel's work was finished, he went back home to Ramah. When he died, people from all over Israel gathered to remember him, with tears of sadness, but also with tears of thanksgiving for all of the wonderful things that Samuel had done. Now, I wonder what part of this story you liked the best. I wonder what part is the most important. I wonder what part is about you. I wonder if we could leave out any of the story and still have all that we need. Thank you all so much for joining me again this week for Kids Corner. Remember to have an adult in your home help you to click the link in the description to take you to the song for today. Remember, like every week, if you felt inspired by this story and you wanted to do some artwork, you're invited to have an adult in your home take a picture of it and send it to me so that I can share it with all of our church family while we're apart. I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye for now.